What's one decision which you believe has real changed your life?
I think leaving the Nectar curriculum and coming to a new system. So I got an opportunity to study at the International School of Tanganyika. A lot of students over there, they usually just think
What was the first thing you bought with your own money?
Usually 10% I give tithes, and then after that, it's the money I've worked hard, so I will use it wisely to do the things that I want to do. I'll have some portion of it saved, some portion of it invested, and a large portion of it traveling and doing my hobbies. I have freedom right now to use my money however I want. I don't have a family to take care of.
Would you rather marry your best friend or just someone you are deeply attracted to?
I would marry my best friend, that is for sure.
Why?
You can't really find Mrs. Wife or Mr. Husband in this age. You're not expecting, okay, he's my friend, I don't wanna get in a relationship with him. There's no day you'll find Mr. Husband. Good luck with that.
And how do you do to maintain friendship?
We never miss a night or two, maybe watching a football game or just chatting WhatsApp, making fun of each other, making stickers.
What's one lesson from your parents you will never drop it down?
I remember as a kid, I told my parents, whatever it be, I will try my best to become a pilot. So that's how I developed my interest in aviation. And going into secondary school, I started really researching about it, what I have to do. But my mom was like, just be careful. You don't know, these people are giving free scholarships. They might demand you for other things later on in the future. They might ask you to pay it back. This was during COVID. So this mask wasn't mine. It was my sister's. And I was jealous that she has that mask and I didn't have. So I was like, okay, when she goes out, I'm gonna take it and just take a photo.
Do the high achievers struggle with anxiety or they have so much pressure in them?
That might be true. I mean, for myself, sometimes I like to deal with my own things, my own way. I mean, I would like to keep it myself because I feel like if I tell anybody, nothing will happen. I feel like people, when they see me or stay with me for a short time, they might think I'm that kind of really smart guy, nerd guy. They are missing a lot of things that I can do or can learn of. So
what's your dream company?
In about next 5 years, I'm seeing myself at an aerospace company, most likely SpaceX. That's a company that I want to work for, and I'll be working as an aerospace engineer. But yeah, at some point in my life, I've thought about Europe. If I were to work in Europe, I would work for a company like Airbus and maybe later get a license myself to become a pilot. And my dream place in Europe has always been
Hello Icons, welcome to another episode of the Icons podcast. I'm so glad to be here once again. Another day, another episode. I'm pretty sure that you're going to enjoy this episode because I'm so excited to host one of my friends. Actually, this is a reunion episode where I will talk with my friend who we didn't see each other for a while. I think was it 2 years, and then he came here to join me. So it's going to be funny. Be ready to live at the same time learning. By the end of this episode, you will live and learn what it really takes to follow your dream, your life-changing path, and also you will know or you will see how to thrive in two different paths. Also, you will learn how to build a meaningful relationship, and we'll talk about a lot of stuff. We'll make some stories because I want to know a lot of things from my guest. Welcome, Albert.
Thank you.
How do you feel, by the way? How is the weather? I know right now it's very hot outside.
Yeah, it's been really hot this past week. I'm glad right now it's raining outside and it's a little bit chill, so the weather is definitely better than what was happening last week. So I guess the weather is good today.
Which is good for you between summer and winter?
To be honest, when I was coming here in the US, I wanted to see how winter was. And like this past winter was really brutal.
Yeah, it was different. It was very different compared to the previous winter.
That's really true. But compared to the summer, I'll choose winter. I know it's like out of the blue, but I'll choose winter any day because at least you can have heating systems.
I feel like winter is so exciting the very first few weeks, but thereafter it becomes more boring.
That's true.
And have you ever considered to have kind of nicknames? Because I often call you Albert. Do you have any other nicknames, or you don't prefer using nicknames, and if so, why?
It's not like I prefer or I don't prefer having nicknames. People kind of just give me names. Like people used to call me Abo, which is the short of my full name, Albert Benjamin Oganga. So like anywhere I would go, you'll be like Abo. But that kind of name faded away when I went to IST, and now I really don't have like any nicknames. But yeah, people just kind of give me anytime. Yeah.
So, you're just fine by the name Albert.
Yeah, just people call me Albert.
Today's guest is someone who is very smart, I can say. He's real smart, and you will get a chance to hear from him. In brief, you can introduce yourself so that the icons who are watching right now, they can know you. I prefer calling my viewers the icons because they're very special. They know that whenever they're watching this podcast, they have a chance to learn, they have a chance to meet the other icons who are often hosted. So in brief, can you introduce yourself for the sake of the icons, because I know you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Albert. I'm a Tanzanian international student studying at Alfred University. I major in mechanical engineering and mathematics, and I'm a rising sophomore, meaning that I'm now entering my second year. I love traveling. I love playing chess. I love doing research. I enjoy cooking. Those are kind of my hobbies, things I really like to do. Yeah.
I would like to add another thing. You love aviation.
Yeah, I do love aviation.
You forgot about that.
Okay.
I wonder
I do
why
love aviation.
you forgot it. What's the reason which made you love chess?
Well, 2 years ago, so I got an opportunity to study at the International School of Tanganyika, and there I met a couple of friends, and in that group there are some who were really competitive at chess, and they're like, you should try playing this game. I was like, oh, how is it? And then I went back home and got onto YouTube and watched a tutorial of how to play chess, and that's how I got into chess, and now I love playing chess.
Do you have like any advantage or benefits you often get after playing chess, apart from enjoying it?
Well, since I'm not doing it professionally, maybe I would say one of the advantages, maybe connecting with other people who play chess. Like here on campus, I have a couple of friends who I play with them chess, like on chess.com or something. We just set up a game and play it over maybe 2 weeks or something. Right now I'm playing with my friend Hasib, is from Bangladesh, so we've been playing chess for quite a long time now.
Is it a challenging game, like mind games or those kind of games?
Yeah, definitely chess is a game that needs tactical playing, and you have to sit down and think about what moves you want to do, because every move matters, and there's a lot of moves that you will do. So like competitive players like Magnus Carlsen and like Hikaru Nakamura, they usually study in openings. I mean, a lot of chess players study various openings, and there's various theories that you have to know if you're playing like in a competitive setting. So definitely chess is a kind of the game that makes you think about what you want to play, and it can go over many hours. If it's not like timed, it can really go for a long time. So
wow. Well, I hope you have heard the guest of today. And by the way, I don't remember the first time we met. It was 2019, 2018, something like that. Yeah, 2019.
Yes.
We were very young, and I didn't know if we'll be sitting like this way, talking or making stories, the stories which in one way or another will make impact or changes to the people who are watching. So I'm excited. And in Tanzania, where are you from exactly? Yeah, your hometown or your
my hometown.
Yeah.
Where my parents live is in Dodoma. We live in Dodoma.
Oh.
But like where I'm from, my tribe, I'm a Luo, so in Mara region, that's where my parents come from.
Oh.
Like my grandparents. Yeah.
Okay, what kind of kid were you while growing up? Stubborn.
Well, yeah, my parents would say I was very stubborn, and I would agree. Maybe I changed as I grew up, but I tend to be like very curious and kind of I want to try anything
New
that's
things, yeah.
on the table. But then my parents were very strict, so sometimes I would seem like a very neutral and shy guy. But when I'm around my friends, then I become naughty.
You become the real version of yourself.
I become the real version of myself. So yeah, I would say I was that kind of kid.
I knew you the time you were attending to Mzumbe Secondary School.
Mm-hmm.
It was a public school actually, and then you went to International School of Tanganyika. I'm so curious. I wanna know what was the transition, the real transition from the public education system to international standard system. What was the shift and what was the experience and how were you able to make it until you're here?
Yes. My dream was like I want to do aviation, and I know like in Tanzania there's not really good systems to take you from high school and achieve that dream that you want to, like aerospace engineering or becoming a pilot, those kind of things. So I decided that maybe taking an international education would be the best route for me, and I started applying, and one of the schools that I applied to was IST, and they usually take around 5 people only each year and give them full scholarship. So I was luckily, thank God, among those 5 students after going through multiple rounds of interviews and being surrounded with other also competitive people who are also doing interviews. So it was really hard. But after getting in, there was a lot of culture shock because, of course, the majority of students there are Americans, people from the US, and people from also other countries who usually have their parents working at the embassies or maybe doing businesses in Tanzania.
It's kind of diverse.
Yeah, it's very diverse. So just getting used to that, it was really hard. And like in the early days, I used just to usually hang out with my fellow Tanzanians who were also on scholarship. So
sorry, actually I don't have any experience, international schools experience.
Yeah.
How was the ratio, like the local students, I mean the native students, the Tanzanians, compared to the international or students from other countries?
There were Tanzanian students,
yeah,
but they're not really Tanzanians. I mean, they say they're Tanzanians, but they can't speak Swahili, or they barely speak Swahili, you know, those kind of
I
kids.
know, right? Yeah, because some of the students may be born in Tanzania, but maybe their parents
they have another heritage.
They migrated from other countries and then they're living there, so they have to claim that they are Tanzanians.
That's true.
Yeah,
like I would say the real Tanzanians,
you are very few.
Yeah, we're very few in number, and we had to like find out ourselves over there.
Wow.
Luckily, we had some teachers who were like Tanzanians and they spoke Swahili. So those were kind of the mentors who were around us, and they were telling us how to navigate it around and like how we can talk to other people and start making new friends and get ourselves around. Because like a lot of students over there, they usually just think we just know how to study because we came there for scholarship. We just know how to study and we can't do anything else. So it was like really hard trying to get like out of that stereotype over there. So but after like some few months, I found some friends and people who I could really talk to, connect to, and play games with, because the education over there is well rounded. So you have to interact with people. And like in classes, we don't sit like in Tanzanian classes, like all tables in front facing the teacher. It's not that kind of thing. The tables are like usually circular.
It's just like here in the US.
It's just like here in the US, I would say. So you really have to talk to other people. You can't just do things for yourself. Yeah,
which is really good. I'm kind of used to it right now. And how was the 2 years experience? How worth was it?
I would say it's one of the best decisions that I did to go to an international school, because the transition from there to here in America, it was
not hard.
so easy for me. It was very easy because it's kind of the thing that I'm used to do. The transition was easy. First, studying like at the curriculum that I was doing, it's the International Baccalaureate, one of the most rigorous curriculums in the world, and we get to do college courses. So some of the classes that I took in my first year, they're literally the same to what I took during my IB year, and they make us do like research to like the subjects you're doing. So we take 6 subjects and you do like research in each subject, and you have to, that grade which you get, it counts to the final grade, that kind of thing. So you get used to the research process, and they make you do it. You can't graduate without doing that.
Wow.
And there's another component, they call it CAS, creativity, activity and service, basically doing things outside of class. You have to, for example, activity can be maybe going to the gym. So you have to go to the gym, you have to show evidence that you went to the gym. So like somebody can film you, or somebody can take a picture that you're at the gym, and then you have to write a reflection of your experience. Write a reflection, and then your supervisor approves it.
Wow, that's so overwhelming.
Yeah.
And can you compare those two systems? You have been in public education system and then international education system. Can you compare them? Which one made the person you are right now, or every education system, how it contributed to the type of person you are right now?
Definitely both education systems have been to contributed something. The nectar system, definitely it made me like a hustling person, you know. Not every teacher will teach you everything, you know.
You have to stand on your own,
and
on yourself.
study and find books, find resources for yourself, and actually sit down and learn the material for yourself. So that kind of spirit, I took it until like right now. I can do things for myself. I don't have to wait for a professor to teach me. I can just take a book and start reading by myself. But at international schools, I feel like all students were kind of waiting for the teacher to teach them, and there are some things that we have to do for ourselves, but that's usually made clear in the class. Like the teacher will definitely say, okay, this thing you have to like find about it and read more about it. But if that's not said, students literally will barely do anything. And I was surprised, like, at some students saying, oh, you didn't teach us, why are you putting this in the exam? Or like before an exam, they would ask the teacher what questions are coming in the exam, like what kind of questions are coming in the exam. I was really surprised at that, because we were not given that on Mzumbe. Like the teacher wouldn't tell you what's coming, so you just study everything that's in the book and hope that you studied what's coming. So I would say that's one of the biggest difference. But another thing that's very advantageous in the international curriculum, the IB, it makes you think, like in the studying process or teaching process, how the teacher teach you. They make you think, they want you to come up with something or learn as you're doing it.
Yeah, that's reasoning.
Yeah, apart from the nectar curriculum, like F equals to MA, you're just told F equals to MA, but you don't know like how that came up, you know, that kind of thing. So that's really, I guess, it was really interesting just getting into that kind of education system.
Let's go back to the application process.
Yeah.
Were you expecting that I'm gonna get into the IST, or you were just trying? I want to know the states you had that time. Like, were you expecting that I'm going to get it, and who was behind like motivating you or giving you like the go ahead, you should do this? And were you doing it by yourself, or you had some other people with you?
It was really, really difficult doing that. I wouldn't say I was very sure I'm getting that. I was like, let me see what happens.
Maybe.
That was my mindset. I'll say, maybe I'll get something. So the first stage was like submitting the application, and they said, okay, for this first stage, we just need division 1.7 to 1.9. And thank God I had 1.7. So I was confident that at least the first stage I would get through. And thank God I got through that first stage, just submitting the application. And then after that, after they filter people, they usually take around 100 people to go and sit for the written interview. Nowadays, I'm hearing even more than 100, but things are changing because applicants can be over 500 applicants. So 100 people go and sit for a written interview. And from the written interview, they take 10 people with the highest scores. When we were preparing for the written interview, that's where I had some support. So there was a guy who was also from Mzumbe, a current scholarship student at IST by then. He was sending us some resources to read for us to prepare for the written interview. We were in a group with some other friends who were also applying to IST. So we were studying together and getting ready to prepare for the written interview. And after doing the written interview, 2 weeks passed, I think around 2 weeks. Then we got the results, and I was among the 10.
How was the feeling?
Oh, I was so happy on that day. I don't know what did I do the rest of the day. I was just imagining myself at IST. I was just imagining myself being a student there, because I knew, okay, I did this, then I have to make it to the end, because this is the final stage. And from the written interview, there is oral interview. So the oral interview, they take 5 people, around 5. For our year, they took 4 people. So in the 10 people, we had other students also from my class at Mzumbe who also made it to the 10 people.
Wow.
Yeah. Another person who was there, he's my friend Leo. He is now at University of Chicago. He got another offer at UWC, United World Colleges. So he said, okay, I wouldn't go to do the IST interview. And I was like, okay, more space for us. Because I know if that guy did the interview, he would definitely get it. So I'm so happy for him. Now we went to do the oral interview. And after the oral interview, it passed 2 weeks. And they called me again to do another oral interview. It was crazy because I was living in Dodoma and the interviews are conducted in Dar.
Yeah, you have to be there.
And by that time, there was no SGR. So I had to take a bus, go to Dar, maybe sleep one night there, I do the interview, and then go back to Dodoma. When they called me for the second interview, my dad was like, no way. No way.
Yeah, there's no more.
Yeah, there's no more money. Why are you just traveling every time? So, and I was also kind of understanding because it was taking a lot of money, definitely, and also consuming a lot of time from myself.
Yeah.
And the day that they gave me the notification, we need you for an interview, they told me, tomorrow we need you for an interview. Imagine. The good thing they told me, it was in the morning of the day before. So I told my dad that I had to travel on that same day. I reached in the night. I slept, and the next day I went for my second interview.
Yeah, that has happened to me once.
Yeah.
I had an interview to a certain organization, and they told me that you have to attend for an interview, and then I had to travel during the night. In the morning I had an interview, and Dar es Salaam public transport is kind of crazy.
True.
Bruh, I was almost late to that interview, even though I'm glad that I made it. Let's go back to your passion in aviation and engineering stuff. What made you fall in love with science?
Science in general or aviation?
You can specify. It's okay to specify.
I mean, in science, I really don't know what made me get in touch with science, but I guess maybe the way I just grew up, I felt like my strong suit is science. I was really strong in those kind of subjects. I guess also parents influence, African parents, so I'm really not sure about that, but something I can say for sure is my niche interest in aviation. I remember as a kid, I told my parents, whatever it be, I will try my best to become a pilot. So that's how I developed my interest in aviation. And going into secondary school, I started really researching about it, what I have to do to get where I want to be. So I narrowed down to aerospace engineering and getting a pilot's license. So I remember even at Mzumbe, I used to be the main coordinator of science club, and I used to host sessions where I would just tell people what aviation is about and explain all cool things that I used to love about aviation. I participated in what this competition was called. I have a dream competition.
The one you built student achievement system, I think.
No.
That's another one. Student enrichment program.
Yeah, that's another one. I have a dream competition was in the Mzumbe English Society. It's a competition where people talk about what they wanna do.
Okay, I think I remember that one. Yeah.
I also did that about aviation, and I ended up winning in the science category. So that was really inspiring for myself, and I kind of knew what subjects I wanted to study. So that's why right now I'm doing mechanical engineering, and after here, maybe for grad school, I'll do aerospace engineering and go to the aviation industry.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you have a family. I'm pretty sure it's a good family, and they do support you. They are always there for you. How did they react after knowing that you're getting into IST, and how do they often react for your wins?
I mean, before, when I was applying to IST, my mom was like, "What are you doing, my son? Just go to Mzumbe and those kind of schools. You're wasting your time," that kind of thing. Because I was selected to go at Mzumbe again for Form 5 and Form 6, and my mom, "You've gotten a good school, what are you doing?" I don't know, at least my dad was they were all supporting, but my mom was like, "Just be careful. You don't know, these people are giving free scholarships. They might demand you for other things later on in the future. They might ask you to pay it back." But I'm really glad they're very supporting, and when I got the scholarship, they were all happy for me. My parents, my siblings, I have 3 sisters, so they were all happy for me. And after a few months in, I would say 2-3 months in, NECTA released the students who came up top 10 in several subjects, and I was among students who performed very well in the subject of biology. So that gave my parents even more faith in things that I do. So applying to go to the US was really easy for me in terms of parents' support. After they were like, "Okay, he kind of knows what he's doing," so yeah, it wasn't as hard.
Concerning your journey, I wanted to know, what are the things which made you successful in both public system and international system? Because I'm sure that you were successful while in a public school, and then when you went to international school, what are the things which helped you to become successful in both systems?
One, I would say the hustling spirit that I have. I don't let things go off easily. So that was really one thing that really helped me. I had late nights when I was doing my international baccalaureate at IST, getting my research done, writing papers and all that kind of things, finishing assignments on time. I feel that spirit, I carried it from Mzumbe. The community around Mzumbe were all kind of hustling, so that definitely. Secondly is the friends who I had around me. So usually people who surround me, they usually have that kind of supportive nature within them. We're all kind of doing something similar, so we all want to get somewhere. They all have dreams and passions, and that support in itself helps me be able to move on. If we are going out to party, we all go out and have that energy together. If we are studying together, that in itself is a really good supportive culture within the friends that I have. Another thing I would say, the support from my parents, definitely. They help me, they push me to keep going and achieve my dreams and what I want in my life. My parents have played a really important role, even in times where I'm really down, that kind of moments. My parents also helped to push me. Otherwise, the most important thing is looking towards where you want and having God behind your back, that
Yeah,
it helps you keep moving on.
Let's stick to the friendship aspect.
Yes.
You have mentioned about friends.
Uh-huh.
What does friendship mean to you, and are you a good friend to other people as well?
Friendship really means a lot. To me, it can mean like doing hobbies together, traveling together, maybe watching movies together, those kind of things,
Yeah.
or working on things together, late nights, spending quality time together with friends. Like here specifically, I like to spend time with my friends in their hobbies. Like for example, when I came in the US, I've been traveling a lot with my friends.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I wanted to talk about that thing about traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've been it's been a very short time within the US, and you've been almost everywhere. Yeah.
Not yet, but we've been traveling a lot and working on things together. I don't know if to say I'm a good friend is something good to say, but yeah, my friends can testify that.
Is making friends a skill or a behavior?
I mean, growing up, sometimes it was really hard. Maybe going to a new environment was really hard, kind of trying to blend myself in there. I usually find it very hard. But a place that made me learn how to make friends really easily, I would say it's IST. Because going there was really, really hard, and I had to learn how to talk to other people and make friends. So I just pushed myself out of there, and now coming here in the US, it's been way easier for me.
And how do you do to maintain friendship?
Just talking to them, maybe sometimes, not every time. Sometimes people are busy doing their things, but maybe 1 or 2 times in the weekend we might have a chat. Or I guess also one thing that makes me maintain my friendship, like specifically here, I usually go to the gym with my friends, and they're like, oh, can we go to the gym and something like that, and we meet there, we exercise together, and then people kind of do their own thing in the middle of the week, but we never miss a night or two, maybe watching a football game or just chatting WhatsApp, just making fun of each other, making stickers. Yeah, so that's basically it. Communication, I guess.
From what you have said, can you consider yourself as the social person?
It depends on the setting, really.
Like how?
Around my friends, I'm really talkative. I tend to be very social to people who I really know well, and I'm very comfortable around them, and I'm very open to do anything really. But if I'm in a place where I don't know anybody, somebody can think I'm that kind of very, very shy person who can't really talk to other people. So yeah, I usually change depending on the setting, but I try not to stay on that position, being shy for a really long time. So I'll just start talking to other people, just push myself slowly until I get comfortable, and then now I'll just be myself.
Has coming to the US changed how you think about friendship?
Not really. I would say not really. Yeah, it's really kind of the same thing that I've been experiencing in back home Tanzania. Or maybe it's because I was at IST. That's why I feel like nothing really has changed. But something which I would say, definitely, I feel more connected to people who I can speak same language with.
Yeah, that's very true. And I have noticed one thing. Whenever I'm talking to the people who we speak the same language, mother tongue, I feel more comfortable, and I'm more funny than I'm funnier than whenever I speak English, and I'm very different person.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know, because English is not my first language, but I don't know how it works, or the way the tone, or apart from having a strong wicked accent, but the tone, the way I'm speaking, or the emphasis and everything is different.
That's very true.
I don't know.
It's really hard being friends to the core if it's not your first language. I don't know if it's bad, but that's how it is. Like my most genuine friends are the ones who I can speak same language with. But I really have other friends who also only speak English or other languages, but more comfortable when it's my first language.
Well, you're in the US. I know at some point you may be experiencing the long distance relationship with your family or something like that. Do you think is it easy for you to survive while far away from home?
In terms of missing my parents or communicating with my parents, I would say for the first few days when you come into the US, it might not be as hard because you just came back from home. So, but now that I'm here for a year, there's that thing we call coping mechanism, but I would say that's really hard to do, like with very close relationships like parents. So definitely the time zone usually messes up me communicating with my parents. I have maybe to wake up in the night to talk to my parents. Or sometimes my parents forget that I'm in America.
Yeah,
they call me and it's in the middle of the night.
2 a.m. Bro, how, bro? I often tell my parents that we are 8 hours behind, so
Yes.
make sure that you call me maybe when I wake up, but 2 a.m., 3 a.m, and they be calling like, why you not picking up?
Yeah, so
Maybe they sometimes forget.
yeah, they sometimes forget and they call me and I feel bad. So, but I usually just tell them, okay, I slept during this time, and I find time to talk and call with my parents. But I guess a way that makes me like keep going is like frequently checking up on them, talking to them, asking them how they're doing and things like that. They also definitely miss me being around, and my siblings also. But that's life. Life has to keep going. So I would say I'm lucky that I have friends around here. We also share the same experience, similar experience.
Yeah.
So that's really good. That usually keeps me going.
Wow. What's one lesson from your parents you will never drop it down or you will never forget it?
Well, there has been a lot of lessons that my parents have been telling me, but I can't really pick one. That's really hard.
You have a lot.
I really have a lot that my parents usually tell me, things that I have to consider, things that I have to remember, and then I can just, remember what my parents have been telling me over and over and over.
Icons, I hope you are really enjoying the convo, and mind you, we have just started, so be there, make sure you have subscribed our YouTube channel and be able to enjoy the conversation. Welcome back to the Icons podcast. Yeah, this is the real show which you will live at the same time you are learning. Okay, I have some gift for you. I don't know if they're gifts, but yeah, I feel like I'm curious and other people, they're so curious, and I don't know if you know about these gifts. So we have this pic.
Oh, Lord,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, we have this pic.
Yes.
And can you recall or can you remember when was this?
Well, this was in 2019. I was in Form 1, and this is at my house. This is my mom's car. I remember this day. I don't know if I remember correctly, but I think I was going to the hospital. And this picture, I took it with, it was my dad's old iPad. He was not using it, so he kind of gave us, like, we were using it to play games. I was just like, okay, let me just take a picture. And then I just took the picture.
And we have this one.
Oh my God, where did you get this picture, bro? This is such a fool. Okay, this was during COVID.
Yeah.
It was during COVID. I was in Form 2. It was in 2020.
You're wearing a mask.
Yeah. So this mask wasn't mine. It was my sister's. And I was jealous that she has that mask and I didn't have. So I was like, okay, when she goes out, I'm going to take it and just take a photo of it. And so I just took the mask. And
It's been 7 years right now, I think.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. How was the COVID-19 experience?
well, to me, by that time, like, I was really happy we closed the school because we were about to do exams called Mlali Zone.
Oh yeah.
And those exams, they usually give us like all topics. So I was like studying so hard for them. So I was happy just going back home. And then going back home, at first I didn't take the issue serious. Then like after first few weeks, I was like, okay, maybe we're never going back to school.
Yeah, maybe the word is ending.
Maybe the word is ending. So I remember I was just at home. We were usually just at home with my siblings. By that time, I think also TikTok was getting popular.
I remember.
We were just doom scrolling TikTok, watching TV. And that's also when I became interested in growing my hair, because I remember I didn't cut my hair for 3 months.
Yeah.
So I just thought the world was ending when we were never going back to school, until the late President Magufuli, said, okay,
we should go back
we
to
are
school.
going back to school in, I think, early July, I think. It wasn't really that serious to me. But one thing my parents were making us do was kujifukiza. Like, you're taking a blanket and they're boiling these, what are these? I don't know, they're boiling what, but we're just putting them under ourselves, and then that steam coming out of it helps you, I don't know, kill the viruses. I don't know. We did that like twice. So we were doing a lot of weird things.
Yeah, a lot of people were doing that. Yeah, because people were saying it helps. Okay, we have this one. And
this.
Yeah, I don't know what you are holding. Yeah,
Let's see.
Yeah, I just wanna know I think this was the very first days, maybe, I don't know, but from my source, it feels like were the very first days at
of
IST. Yeah. I wanted to know how was the atmosphere, or how was the experience here?
I remember here they made us the graduating class of that time, I think they gave us cups. So these were like some of the gifts we were given. These cups, I think they had our names on it. As you can see, they're Tinga cups. I have it one back home, and I was just looking at my cup, and these are my friends. He's called Ike and this Alessandro. We sat, I think, alphabetically.
Oh, okay.
But this is the friend who I told you he introduced me to chess.
Wow.
He's Italian. So
okay, let's see. We have another one.
The classic one. Oh my god, my head was really round. Okay, here, this was in 2019, I remember for sure. It was my Form 1. I don't remember where I was going, but it's in the same car. But now I sat in the front. It wasn't moving. I just wanted to take a picture in the car, I think, pretty much.
Well, maybe. Let's see. We have this one.
Oh, shoot. Oh my god. First few days of starting school at IST. That's me and my friend Mike. Mike is also here at Alfred University right now.
He has really changed.
He has changed a lot. Now
he's a completely different person.
Stuff. So this was at Golden Tulip. I remember we were like from school, and we're like, okay, we're meeting at Tansao, let's meet up, guys. And so I went there, and then we started taking pictures. They're like, let's take pictures of students from IST. Okay.
The reason I showed you these pictures from different times, I wanted to know, were you proud of yourself when growing up, or when you were the young person?
I'm proud of who I became right now. I think when I was young, I was kind of really just enjoying the moment I had. I wasn't really concerned about anything.
You're going with the flow.
Yeah, I'm just going with the flow, But I'm happy with who I turned out to be. And a lot of things that I have achieved along the way with the support of my family and friends. Of course, the American dream, coming to study here in the US. I remember also when I was at IST, I wanted to do a summer program in the US, and thank God I also got to do that. And that was my first time here in the States. So coming to study here is actually my second time in the States, even though that was a really short amount of time.
It was a month?
Yeah, it was
4 weeks?
Yeah, 5 weeks, a month and a week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I know right now I'm chasing my dreams. I'm trying to find my spark become an icon. So I'm proud of who I became.
Okay, we've been through a lot about education and stuff. Let's now shift. Yeah,
Yes.
because I know some other people may be knowing as well. They can just be knowing you in one atmosphere, like education. So but the fact is, Albert he's extraordinary. He's full package. He has got a lot of things. Okay, let's dive into relationship and friendship. I started asking about friendship a bit, but I want to know about relationship, because nowadays relationship plays a very big role in young people. And have you ever heard about thing called red flags?
Yeah,
And
I've
green
heard
flags.
that.
Yeah, and
Yes,
green flags as
I've
well.
heard about that.
Yeah, what's the biggest red flag to a girl or a person you wanna get into a relationship?
Like a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
If they have no respect to themselves and myself as well, I think that's one of the biggest red flag, because they have to respect themselves and be able to respect myself as well. Also, if they're not able to be like a good friend of myself, first, because like whoever person you're dating or you're getting into a relationship, they have to be a person who they're comfortable to talk with you.
Oh yeah.
And they have to be a person who can really have those deep conversations. So if they are not a good friend to people around them, or like in myself, I guess that's another red flag.
Yeah, I do think successful people do struggle more with relationship. Is that true to you?
I mean, it's a common pattern to see that, but I can't conclude that that's necessarily the case. It's a common pattern to see CEOs or billionaires struggling with relationships. But to be honest, even people in the lower bands might also be struggling with relationship. I think it's to me it's more of finding the right person and stick to that person and being able to make your relationship grow between the two.
What makes us to think or believe that successful people do struggle with relationships?
I believe it's because we see them the most, and media attention.
Yeah, that's very true. Media often tend to push the negative.
That is true.
Yeah, the negative sides of stories. So yeah, that makes sense.
So because media is always on them, that's why we might think, okay, there are people who are mostly struggling with relationships.
Would you rather marry your best friend or someone you are deeply attracted to?
I would marry my best friend, that is for sure.
Why? Or because you have mentioned you need a person who you can share deep conversation and stuff?
That is true. Usually your friends are usually people you can really share the conversation with. But one of the most advantages of marrying your best friend or your friend, it's because they are free around you and you get to know them really, really deep. I mean, most of the times your friends' friends are your friends. So you know how they behave around their friends, and also they know you, how you behave around your friends. So it's not really gonna be hard, even if like you decide later to get into a relationship, because you can't say, I'm just gonna maybe marry this person because I'm attracted to her. You can't really find Mrs. Wife or Mr. Husband in this age. You're not expecting, okay, he's my friend, I don't wanna get in a relationship with him. There's no day you'll find Mr. Husband. Good luck with that. If you find a Mr. Husband for yourself. But because the moment you tell them you are dating or you wanna get into a relationship, they will try to hide a lot of things of themselves, and you will never know until you get into marriage. So that's really dangerous, at least for what I believe. But if you make them your friend and get to know them, and really they'll be free to express themselves of anything. So that's what I think.
Yeah, that was so powerful. Have you ever felt any pressure to succeed because of your family?
Yes, I would say yes.
How?
I would say my family has some overachievers. So I definitely feel pressure from my siblings, from my mom, from my dad, and they have high expectations of myself, because like their threshold of happiness is really high. Like as a kid, I was doing really well in class, so my parents were getting happy, and now as I grow up, I keep doing well, and now my parents, in order for them to have that same level of happiness, you have to surprise them with something else.
Yeah,
you know,
they want to see more.
yeah. So the threshold the bar keeps going higher.
High, yeah.
And I think the point which I like hit like the highest level of of happiness from my parents was like when I was top student in biology. My parents were so happy, my dad and all that kind of thing. So I feel like right now, if I did this in class, it's like, okay, we are used to that.
Yeah,
you know?
so yeah, so from what you have said, do the high achievers struggle with anxiety, or like they have so much pressure in them more than the people see or realize?
That might be true, but it depends on the kind of person that you are. I mean, not necessarily only high achievers struggle with anxiety. Other people can also struggle with anxiety. That's definitely true. But in the case of high achievers, the anxiety really gets them when they don't have anybody to talk with about the anxiety or the thing that they're experiencing, or if they don't have that kind of friend group they can share their experience and what they're struggling with. I mean, for myself, sometimes I like to deal with my own things my own way. So
Which ways? Or just your own ways?
Yeah, so I mean, I would like to keep it myself, because I feel like if I tell anybody, nothing will happen. I just have to deal with it, that kind of thing. But sometimes I just talk to my friends, just tell them what you're trying to do, what you're dealing with, what you're struggling about, and I might be a really good source for you, like, to get help from. So I think as you're growing up, it depends on what really is giving you the anxiety. If it's achieving in class, I don't think that's really a problem for me nowadays. I have another focus right now. That's not really something that would stress me, because other things usually also get prioritized. Maybe where you want to be in 5 years in terms of money, or where you'd want to live, that kind of thing. Those are the things that we're usually thinking of at this age.
Okay, you have mentioned about money and success, and I didn't know if you knew it was the next part. What was the first thing you bought with your own money? Like, this is my money, I'm going to spend it the way I want. Yeah.
Something I bought. I mean, I've bought a lot of things back home, but I would say that wasn't necessarily all my money. But things which I've really worked on and I bought for my money. One is my phone. I bought an iPhone 17 Pro here in the United States. So that one thing that I bought with my money, and that's really expensive. Another thing which I'm really happy I did recently, I bought a new gaming PC, because I'm an engineering student and I need a really good laptop. For this past year, I was just using the laptop from school, and I was struggling.
You're an engineering student and you're buying a gaming PC.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. There's something, we have to observe something from there. Are you into gaming or something?
I'm into gaming. I mean, occasionally, but I love gaming. That's why I bought a gaming PC. It came along with a gaming monitor and a gaming controller, like a whole setup. So I just, like, when I'm tired from school, I'll just open my PC, connect it with my monitors, game.
Then that's a real gaming ecosystem. Do you think money really change people?
Given what I've seen so far, some people can change because of money. But I guess sometimes it's kind of adaptation. You try just to keep up with the amount of money you're making. If somebody is making a lot of money in a year, of course their life will be expensive. They'll afford more hobbies. They'll afford new things to do. While it might seem to other people that they've changed, but not necessarily. It's because they can afford that kind of life.
So it's just the matter of flexibility.
Yes, that's what I think.
So in which position are you? Are you flexible to spend depending on what you earn or what you will be earning in the future? Or are you on the side where people say that you're overspending or you have changed it?
I mean, people who see me, I'll seem like I'm spending a lot of money. But I mean, it's the money I've worked hard
For, yeah.
so I will use it wisely to do the things that I want to do. I'll have some portion of it saved, some portion of it invested, and a large portion of it traveling and doing my hobbies, and also maybe paying my tuition fees or credit card, that kind of thing. So I mean, I have freedom right now to use my money however I want.
You want, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a family to take care of.
When did you realize or know that, oh man, I love traveling?
The hobby of traveling maybe started it started building up from hiking, because I really love and enjoy hiking. And when I came here, I joined a club, Forest People, and I was hiking with them along with my friend Holly.
Yeah, she told me. I remember I talked to her a few episodes
Yeah,
ago, and then she said she loves hiking as well.
I know. Hiking is a really good and fun activity. And from hiking, I started loving sightseeing. When you're hiking, you see a lot of different things. And then from sightseeing, it went on to traveling. Even though at that time I wasn't able to afford that necessarily. Now that I'm here, I can work and afford that. And I found friends who also love doing that. So that really pushed me. Like when I came here in New York, of course we wanted to go to New York City. So I sat down with my friends, we planned for the trip.
And you worked out.
Yes, we worked first hard for it. We were working 20 hours a week to save money for it. And whenever we are going to work, whenever I see my friends, they're not working, I tell them, guys, you have a trip to New York City. You have to lock in. So we were working, and then thank God everything we planned out, we made an itinerary, we enjoyed that time. It was during Christmas, it was really amazing. And from there we said like, okay, now like every time the school is closed for a holiday, we will do anything to travel. So
and how professional have you become in terms of planning trips or organizing like the traveling stuff?
a lot has improved since we went to New York City. Of course, we learned a lot, like cost really comes up, how to make an itinerary. You need to know where you're going to sleep. You need to know where, like, according to your budget, what places will be affordable for you to stay and what places will be very expensive. Like when you go to New York City, sleeping or staying at Manhattan will be very expensive compared to when we stay at New Jersey. So that's what we did. And we rented B&Bs, which had also like a kitchen, because sometimes we would want to cook. You don't want to buy food every time.
Oh yeah.
So we use that kind of methods to save our money. Like another time, spring break, we went to Chicago. We also went to a B&B which had a kitchen. We're cooking our own meals morning and evening, and then for afternoon lunch, it's when we go out
Outside,
and eat lunch. So I would say right now planning another trip can't be harder than what it was when we started first New York City, because we were like kind of empty-minded. we just wanted to go, and we learned a lot of lessons over there, but things worked out, thankfully.
What are your dream places, or what are the places in your bucket list you wanna visit in the future?
Definitely Paris.
Oh, why?
First, I really love the French culture. I also learned how to speak French.
Oh, you speak French as well?
Yeah, a little bit, un peu. Je parle français. And when I came here, I also took French class. I remember I took a French class and connected to the French community here. And my professor, Dr. Elise Boet, she was really welcoming. She was really friendly. She invites me frequently to French events. And so I want to go to Paris. But here in America specifically, I would say next spots might be LA, Miami. We want to finish the corners.
LA is beautiful. I've been there. I went there, even though it's beautiful but different.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's different because you can't compare it to New York City. Yeah, New York City is kind of easy to navigate and easy to walk around and move around, but LA is not walkable. You have to, you need to have a car or
Yeah.
something, so probably you're gonna go for Uber or something like that. But
That's
it's beautiful. The scenes, the places are so amazing.
Yeah.
And whenever you will go there, you will feel familiar because you often see things in movies. What financial mistakes young people make?
I would say maybe they end up spending without really thinking of where that money is coming from, and they don't think about their necessarily their near future. I would say, because when you spend blindly, that's gonna be hard for yourself because now you don't have anything to live with, But when you maybe take a portion of the money that you're making and invest it, I think that's a really good way of saving up your money for the near future and also for the long term, because you can keep your money as long as you want in the stocks or shares that you're having. So I guess just blindly spending money.
What's your dream company? Or I can put my question in this way: do you see yourself in maybe 10 years or in the near future?
I'll break it down in this manner.
Let's go.
In about next 5 years, I'm seeing myself at an aerospace company, most likely SpaceX. That's a company that I want to work for, and I'll be working as an aerospace engineer. I'll probably be living in my apartment because I don't know, by that time it's really hard to have a house here in America. And given that I'm graduating in 2029, 5 years is not that far. But long term, I want to have my own business, running my own business, probably back home. I want to invest in real estate. I want to invest in agriculture. That's one thing I also want to do and put my money in. And by that time, I think the money that I'm investing right now will have grown exponentially higher. So I'll also keep doing that as well. Here in America, I think coming in, what I was thinking is that I'll maybe do aerospace engineering for the rest of my life. But then I think right now I'm having different
You have
thoughts.
options. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you rate the 9 to 5 experience?
I would say 4 out of 10.
Why?
Yeah. A good 4 out of 10. Solid 4. Yeah. In some days it can go up to a 6, but
It depends.
4
So
out of
it
10.
varies.
Yeah. Why? Because it's tiresome, time consuming. You only get a short time for lunch. Maybe if you stretch it, maybe an hour. And doing that 5 days a week is really tiresome. You don't even get time to do other things.
Yeah.
Because you go back home, you're really tired. You have to cook, and then you have to get prepared for the next day. So doing that for 30 years, it's not something that I want to do. I want to travel. I want to be free. So
It's hard.
it's hard just doing that. That's why I'll do it for a short amount of period, make money out of it, and now try to kind of do my own thing. Yeah.
Have you ever considered Europe, or have you ever been to Europe or something like that?
Yeah, luckily, I don't know, fortunately, I've been to Europe once, and IST took me there. I went to the Netherlands for a Model United Nations conference. It was my first time there. It's really a beautiful place, The Hague, Netherlands. It was really cold because we went there in January. My first time experiencing those kind of temperatures there. But yeah, at some point in my life, I've thought about Europe. If I were to work in Europe, I would work for a company like Airbus as an aerospace engineer, and maybe later transition or get a license myself to become a pilot. And my dream place in Europe has always been France.
Why?
Because I can speak French.
You have said, yeah.
And yeah.
What's so special with Airbus?
Well, I mean, I got more interested in Airbus when I did a virtual work experience a year ago. They like creating and building new things. They have a project they call the ExoMars project. They're working for creating a Mars rover. One another technology they're working for is they're trying to use hydrogen as the gas for airplanes instead of using the kerosene or jet fuel that they're using right now, because it's bad for the environment. So I mean, those are the kind of things that make me prefer working with Airbus. They also have a lot of bases, and their largest base is in France. They have another large base in Germany. They also have a couple of bases here in the United States, but if I were to work for an aerospace company in Europe, it would have been Airbus.
Oh wow, that's so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish you a good luck.
Thank you.
What's something you really want to change but you are still working on?
For myself,
Yeah.
I think being consistent with things that I start doing them. Like, usually I come up with really good ideas, but sometimes I just leave them hanging when I just can't find that support, or I feel like it's too hard achieving that. Sometimes I just leave them hanging and I do other things. So I really want to try to become more consistent. Like here, I'm happy that I found a really good friends and people can keep pushing me. Joined the student senate to try to get myself involved on campus. I have, together with my friend Johnson, we founded NSB, and we're planning to do a lot of activities this next fall. Being surrounded with those kind of people, I think it's helping me trying to be more consistent, but I think it's something that I need to keep working on.
Do you read books?
Nope.
Why?
I don't, and I can't. I tried. I tried to make myself read books when I was at IST, and I couldn't.
It didn't work out.
It didn't work out. Like, I only read books when I have to. When the teacher tells me, okay, this book you need to read.
Yeah, you need to review.
Otherwise, I really can't.
Why? So, what's your source of knowledge?
Oh.
And information?
YouTube videos.
Oh, wow.
I watch a lot of YouTube videos. Like, where I get a lot of information and actually learn, I need to see images, moving images, not words. So I have, like, if you talk about like science, tech, there's a lot of videos I watch from Veritasium. This guy has a lot of informational.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's an amazing guy. Informational videos I would binge watch and just spend my time learning new things. So that's the most of how I get my information.
Do you believe, or do you think young people read less than they should?
I would agree, maybe partly because of social media.
Social media, the biggest distraction of our
true.
generation. Is it true?
It can be a source of distraction if used poorly, not necessarily a source of distraction. But I guess sometimes it's just having that self-control and knowing what you really want to do with social media, but it can really turn out to be a really great thing if used properly. So people who read, I think they should keep reading if they love doing that. I don't know, I've tried myself, but I can't. But if you have another way of learning or extracting new knowledge, like listening to podcasts, some people love just listening to voices. Like myself, I love seeing things. So like watching YouTube videos or documentaries, I love extracting knowledge in that way, and some people prefer reading. So they're just different ways of how different people work, and nothing is necessarily better than the other, in my opinion. Even though sometimes it doesn't hurt taking a book and sitting down and trying to read one or two things.
What's one thing you wish people have asked you more often, but they don't?
I feel like people, when they see me or stay with me for a short time, they might think I'm that kind of really smart guy, nerd guy. And I feel like they are missing a lot of things, things that I can do or can learn of. So I think I would like people to ask me anything but things that I do in class. So like, you can ask me about traveling, you can ask me about gaming, you can ask me about chess, you can ask me about investing, even though I started investing really when I came here in the United States, because it's now easier. We can really talk about anything else. I'm really flexible. I can also dance. I participated in the international students events here.
Oh,
yeah, supported Tanzania. That was really great. So
let's talk about the future of investments.
Yeah.
Do you really think investing can be the source of wealth?
If done properly, it can be, but I don't think it should be the main source of your wealth, in my opinion. You need to have multiple sources of income, like multiple streams of income, and investment can be something that is long term. Like have a set amount of money that you're putting in each month, diversify your portfolio. Like if you're buying shares, buy shares to like different companies. You can also do that to index funds, maybe like S&P 500 and things like that. That's really good because your money is like almost guaranteed to grow given enough time, and it's usually best backed up by other multiple sources of income. Yeah.
How do you distribute, or how do you decide over your money? Like, this percent I wanna spend, this percent I wanna invest. How do you manage
my money? First, usually 10% I give tithes, and then after that I don't really have a specific breakdown of how to use my money, because a lot of things come in after that. I have to pay my tuition, which is one thing that's prioritized the most.
Yeah, that's very big thing.
Yep. And then after, like, usually before the semester, I make calculations. Okay, this is what I will be getting, and this is what I have to pay for my tuition. So out of every paycheck, I must get this amount of money in order for me to be able to pay my tuition. And then after doing those calculations, the money that's left is kind of, okay, this is now my money, I have freedom with it. And that's where traveling comes in, and buying gadgets and things for myself. That's where they come in. And usually for investing specifically, like it depends on what time we're talking about. Like each month, each paycheck, I have to invest some money, but I don't have a specific number. It depends on how well I'm doing. If I have paid my tuition or I don't have other things prioritized, then a large portion of it might go to investment. And yeah, that's kind of how it works.
Yeah, well, considering your journey, looking back, what's one decision which you believe has really changed your life forever?
I think the decision of leaving the Nectar curriculum and coming to a new system, that has been the biggest change. Like right now, the last time I did something in Nectar was in 2022 when I finished Form 4. And right now I feel like everything that I'm thinking and going on my mind, it's all about American dream, that kind of thing, you know, thinking in USD. Yeah, like I'm no longer having that connection like I did have in 2022. Like
you're a different person.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a really different person now. Everything that I'm planning, I have to think about my visa. If I want to work, I'll think, okay, will I get sponsored by this company to get my work permit, all that kind of thing. So everything is now revolving around that American bubble, because now that I'm in America, I have to think about also my status here, you know, that kind of thing. So it has been the best decision so far, because here there's a lot of opportunities. I'm able to work for myself and make a living, and also I'm able to invest that. And sometimes I think it also helped me like create some sort of independence to myself and kind of doing my own thing, even though still I have to ask for opinions from other people, listen to what my parents are telling, and that helps.
Okay, let's go to the very last part of our podcast, the Icons podcast. I normally ask my guests how they made it to the US. Back to you. You have shared. Can you highlight more on how you made it to the US for the first time and the second time?
For the first time, I applied to a program, high school summer scholars program at Washington University in St. Louis, and fortunately I was given, it was fully funded. At first it wasn't, I had to pay some amount and I couldn't. That money was a lot for me, so I had to write a letter to appeal the decision of the financial aid that they gave me. I wrote an email, a very long detailed email with documents attached, and sent it, and I just kept praying. And then after like a week, they responded back and they accepted my letter of appeal, and they gave me more aid. So I only had to pay for my visa and flight tickets. And thank God my parents supported me to that, even though it was kind of a stretch for them. But I came here, I traveled myself. The traveling was really hard doing that myself. I had a transit in Dubai, and then when we went to Dubai, the plane that was coming from Dubai to the US got cancelled. And Dubai is 1 hour ahead. It is, yeah. Okay. Thankfully, my parents were in Tanzania, so that's 1 hour, just 1 hour behind. It means I can talk to them at least properly. And so I was freaking out. I just called my dad. I was like, okay, I'm stranded here. My flight has been cancelled. I didn't know anything like you can get rescheduled.
Yeah.
So I was just panicking. And then now my parents are in Tanzania. They can't do anything really. I'm like by myself there. And they're just trying to calm me down. And I was like, okay, let me just calm down. I tell them I'll try my best to do anything. So just canceled the call because I'll just make my parents panic. And I went to like an Emirates counter, and I told this guy about my situation, and he started helping me. He took me to the United Airlines counter. He was like, this kid is going to the US, he's traveling alone, his flight got cancelled, and thankfully I got rescheduled and I traveled to the United States. I came in through Florida. Reaching there, when you reach in the US, the first thing you have to do, you have to check in. Check out your bags and check in them again. Check out my bags. My flight, the other flight, is in like an hour, and the airport is so massive. My first time in America, I'm in shock. My parents are 8 hours ahead of me. I can't really talk to them, and my phone is almost dying. And I didn't even know if I can connect to the Wi-Fi over there. So I was just like on my own. So I didn't know at first I didn't know I have to check out my bags. I was like told, you have to take your bags, and I'm telling them, this is not my final destination. And they just like, you have to check out my bags. Okay, I stayed at the Carousel waiting for my bags. It took a long time, and I really had a heavy bag. So I took my bag and started navigating my way to the other gate. I started asking janitors who were sitting around, here's my flight ticket. Can you help me? Show me where I have to go. And he's like, okay, you have to go there, find an elevator, go 2 floors up, and then walk straight, go to the left, and you'll find a train. The moment you're telling me you find a train, I was like, trains again? You have to take trains in the airport? I didn't know there was such thing. Because the airport was really big. You have to take like 2 trains within the airport to reach the final gate. Thankfully, I had another person who was also, I think they were also going to the same terminal. So I took the train with them. Then I had to go to the United Airlines counter to recheck in my bag. I didn't know how to check in the bag because nobody checks in for you. You do it yourself in the US. I was just there standing in shock. And then a man from nowhere, he came and he was like, are you going to this plane? I was like, yes, okay, I will help you. I know where that man come from, bro. I was just like, thank God. I started running. I was really running. Like people in the airport, I think they were like, where's this crazy boy from? I started running. And then I had to, go through security again. You have to remove shoes, put your laptop out. And my plane was almost, the gates were almost getting closed. After checking security, I had to take another train to go to the specific gate. I was the last person going through the gate, and the person who was there, he was like, we were almost closing the airplane. You were this close. That was the hardest travel that I did. And then from there, it was okay. I went to another plane to Texas, and then from Texas to Missouri, St. Louis. My first time in the US. Hectic. Even in Missouri, when I reached, it was also hectic because my phone now shut down and just have to walk on campus and find where I have to be, which dorm I have to go. I was just kind of remembering in memory the email which I read. And then thankfully they saw me. I was kind of lost, and they directed me of where to go. And
that was so hectic, bro.
Yeah, definitely. The second time?
The second time. Because you were more familiar now.
Yeah, the second time was easier, in terms of traveling. But yeah, the applications, it was a little bit tough.
Yeah, it's always tough.
Experiencing rejections.
Yeah, it's never been easy.
Yeah.
Before ending up, what's one piece of advice you would like to tell the icons who have been watching us from the very good start until now?
Advice, I would say listen to other people's advice, but I mean, coming from myself, try to find something that you're really good at, like something really niche, and be very good at it. I think it will help you really stand out at a lot of places, and you will get noticed by a lot of people at different places, and you'll reach different heights. So try to get really good at something that's very niche to you.
Wow. Yeah, that was so powerful. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. It was a real good episode, and hope to host you next time. You never know, you will be the pilot or something like that, and my podcast will be so big. Who
Thank
knows?
you so much.
And before finishing or ending up the session, we have our very own diary. As I promised you, we're gonna unveil, or we're gonna open this diary after 2026 is over. Whoever I'll be hosting, I will make sure that they write, or they can just leave a note, or they can leave a message for me and for the icons, so that we can review them after the year is over. So this is our diary. You can just open it and sign or write whatever you wanna write for the icons, and then thank you.
I just sign anyway.
Yeah, just go ahead and open it, maybe here or whatever. It's okay.